So you have to disconnect the primer hose and the key switch. And I'm actually going to unhook this fuel tank because I want to drain it. Two 10mm nuts holding the carb on. Breather out of the way. Definitely has some dirty fuel in there. Just a choke lever. And then you just pull up on the governor arm, and then same thing with the spring, just unhook the spring. And then off comes the carburetor. I'm going to do a quick clean on this. All I usually do is pull the bowl off, make sure that the jet is clean, make sure the bowl is clean. There's a pilot jet inside here, so you got to take the throttle off, or the idle screw off, and then pop this little plastic cap off. And inside this cap is a small pilot jet, and that's for like your low speed, keeps you, keep you running at an idle. All right. Empty this fuel out of here. It's nice and yellow. No surprise. Pop that off. Gum up at the bottom there. No surprise. Main jet out. Just a narrow flathead screwdriver. Once you get it to the point where it starts clicking and it doesn't turn anymore, just tap it and it'll come out. There's my main jet. You cannot see through it, so it is definitely clogged. And then there's the emulsion tube. I can't see through that either. So that's why I was running on choke. It was only pulling a very little bit of fuel. So I'm going to clean this out. I use some torch tips cleaners and some air. And on the emulsion tube, there's small holes in the side. Make sure that they're all clear too. I usually hold up to the light so you can see through them. That one's clean. And so was the main jet. I didn't even need those. But I gotta get this stuff out of the bottom. This gunk here of the bowl, so it just doesn't get sucked right back up. Little carb cleaner. Scratch it up a little bit, try to get the hard stuff out. Much better. I just want to make sure the float is working. It's a little dirty, so I'm going to clean that as well. Let's take the bowl off to clean out the needle and seat area. It's also a filter in here, so you want to blow the other way so it comes out of the tube. And then we'll check it again. So that's working. All right, now I just want to take the pilot jet out. take the idle adjustment off. Pop up this little plug, and down at the bottom there is the pilot jet. And this gets overlooked a lot. It's very, very tiny. I want to make sure that air goes through it first. It does, actually. And if I hold it up to my lip while I blow in from the side and block the other side, I can feel the air come out of the tip. So I know that's not blocked anymore. Don't even think I have a small enough cleaner. Use this tiny little spring sometimes on these, and as long as I can see the needle get through to this little hole here, then I know it's clean. So pop that back in. Actually, I'm going to spray in there. Okay, now we'll pop it back in. It's flat on the edges, so you got to make sure that it goes right up against that flat piece right there. Pop that all the way down. Then get your throttle idle adjustment back in there. Usually about 4 or 5 millimeters past, so that the throttle hits there and idles. All right, let's get the emulsion tube back in. Long end goes in first, because that sticks into the intake, and then obviously check your gasket. This actually doesn't look bad, but I have them just in case if it doesn't leak. If it didn't leak before, I don't think it will now. And make sure your surfaces are clean. This does not have a specific way. However, I like to put it towards the outside, and this primer inlet point is towards the outside and back. So I'm going to put the drain towards the outside and back so that I can drain it easier if it sits for a while and the fuel sits in the carburetor. Tighten that back down. Now I'm going to quick drain out the fuel tank and get some fresh fuel in there. Make sure the gaskets are all on. Next thing is the choke bracket. Hook up the vent hose. Okay. And then the gas tank. Kill switch. All right, I'm gonna put some fresh fuel in, and we're gonna give it a shot. Definitely got some fuel in there. All right, cool. So everything seems to work. I'm going to change the oil quick, but the other bolts that are still there back in, and list it for sale. Thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.